Just need to do my stop.
You need to what?
I stopped the video.
Oh, I see you now. The man from Jersey here on the 5230 pod again. This is me, Swag, or Wagner, or Swagner. You can call me either one of those things. But I'm here with the man from Jersey. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm still alive. That's what matters.
Yeah, in these turbulent times, we're still here, and stuff in the NBA is still happening, man. It's beautiful. So have you been keeping up with the most recent news?
I've been keeping track of things to the best of my abilities, but sometimes so much stuff happens. Some things slip through the cracks.
Yeah, I think you heard for sure of one of the big things that happened with Damian Lillard. Think you
That's that
heard
boy
that?
Dame Dollar, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dame Dollar, man. Dame
Yeah,
Dollar. He's back where he belongs. It was weird seeing him not in a Blazers uniform, but he's back where he belongs, man. He's back home.
yeah, it's pretty crazy to like how things went, you know? Like there's seeing like there was all this drama around him leaving. You know, they were like, he's gotta leave, you know, Portland, he's never gonna amount to anything there. He's not gonna do anything. Like he's just a first round exit or second round exit, like he's never gonna do anything. And I think he had some pretty historic things in Portland, man. Like especially that jumper over Paul George, right? That was probably the most epic thing he ever did, in my opinion. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, man. Dame Dollar, you know, only one team can win a championship every year, dude. And Dame's a great player. It's just Portland could never really get him that team to get him over the hump. When they had their best teams, in my opinion, was when Dame was in the early portions of his career, kind of still trying to make a name for himself. That's when they still had LaMarcus Aldridge, Nick Batum goes to Dynamite, Wesley 3 and D Matthews, Robin, Sideshow Bob Lopez. They had a good team, but Dame was in his first few seasons. By the time he really made a name for himself as one of the best guards in the game, Aldridge was like, yo, I'm out of here, man. I'm going to go to San Antonio. And then all the pieces started falling like dominoes, right? And then Portland was just doing all this crap where it was like a revolving door where they were just like, hey, what B level small forward can we get? And then free agency would come and that player would leave and they're like, how can we replace this B level small forward with another B level small forward? And the team just stayed the same talent wise. And Dame was trying to do the best that he could. Took him to the conference finals, I think, in 2019. They went up against the Dubs with KD. Everyone knew they were going to get swept. No, I think that was 2018, actually. You know, but Dame was always doing what he had to do, man. He had some great moments. Everyone was saying he's got to go. Get my man Dame out of Portland. He's got to go. And it got to the point where even Dame Lillard himself drank the Kool-Aid. And then he was like, okay, I got to go. And you know what? What they say, right? Careful what you wish for because you just might get it or it might just happen. So then the Blazers let him go. They traded him, they honored him, they traded him to Milwaukee, right? So he could play with Giannis and give him a chance to compete for a championship. And guess what happened, man? The grass isn't always greener on the other side. The Milwaukee tenure was a major disappointment. And then, as the other saying goes, right? They said, look, what was that saying? You might know it better than me, where they're like, look at where your failure led you. Right back to me. And now he's back in Portland, baby. And that's all I gotta say about that.
That was beautiful, man. Yeah, I I was telling you before the pod, like I don't know if it was Draymond Green or someone else, but people would say like, "Oh, they're wasting his talent in Portland. They're wasting it." And I was like, "Hey, you don't know what it's gonna be like in another place, like you said. Like you might go somewhere and you hate it, and if you know you like it in Portland." And I think he would always say that, like, even in, like, the article that I was reading, they say, like, his family still is important. So, like, if you got everything there, like, and you're getting paid millions and people love you there, and you're doing cool stuff like hitting game-winning buzzer beaters, like, I don't know, man. I don't know how much more you need. Like, didn't he win the three-point contest, like, a year ago or 2 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, man. As a shooter, I don't think there's anything else. Like, you won the three-point contest. You're one of the most respected guys. You're dangerous. You got moments, like, huge moments that, like, people will remember you for, millions of dollars. Like, if you don't win a championship, dude, it's so hard. Like, unless you're a championship chaser, like I love LeBron, and like it always comes back to that. But like Jordan stayed in Chicago. Obviously, he had that wizard run, but that wizard run wasn't to win a championship. That was just like him trying to just come back and be a part of that organization or whatever. But LeBron definitely he was going where his homies were, and he wanted to win a championship with his homies, and that's respectable too. But it's cool if you just stay in one spot if you like that spot too. Just like obviously Luca is like a big example. Like I think Luca wanted to stay in Dallas, right? Like what do you think?
Yeah, man. He
Yeah, so
definitely
in that
wanted to stay.
situation, like what was when would the conversation come into play where they'd be like, they're wasting Luca's talent there in Dallas, like he's not gonna win a championship. Like, dude, he made it to the finals. I I think that's a huge accomplishment by itself. Like, especially with how competitive the league is and how there are championship chaser teams where like they'll just stack the box with like the best players in the NBA and they're gonna be like a favorite to win the championship. Like, not every team is gonna be able to do that. So I think what Damian Lillard did, like going back there, it's really cool. It just shows like how some of these guys could be like really loyal and like yeah, it's a business. Everybody says you got to be ruthless and all that, but sometimes you got to do something that it might not be like maybe he could have tested free agency and gotten more money, but he just secured it. Like he's not even gonna play next year pretty much. Like he might come back like in March or like right at the end of the season in April. Like he might not even play at all. Like depending on how his recovery goes. And like to be honest, like why would you as a franchise want to play him like let's say Portland is not even in a playoff picture in like February, right? Like they're like 10 games back from like 8th place or 10th place or whatever. Like why would you want to mess around and try to test if Dame Lillard could come back and perform at the level that you want him to perform and potentially get hurt again? Like I'd rather just sit him out the whole year. No, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, Dame's not gonna play next year. They just bringing him back because it's a nice feel good story. We gotta remain to see what kind of Dame what kind of player Dame's gonna be, man. Because torn Achilles at this age, you know,
Yeah.
strictly just all roads lead, all roads lead back to one man named Scoot Henderson, baby. I haven't Scoot. I'm telling you, man, if no one drafts Scoot next year in the fantasy draft, if he's still there by the fifth round, I'm taking Scoot. Scoot's my boy, man. Now Scoot has two mentors. Drew Holiday, Dame Dollar there. Scoot is the future of the Portland Trailblazers.
All right. So you brought it up. You brought up fantasy. So you're saying Scoot in the fifth?
No, I'm just talking smack, man.
Oh,
I'm just talking smack. No,
well,
but
Dame, yo, I know you love this strategy. I know you love this strategy. Are you drafting Damian Lillard next year in fantasy? Like in a couple months in October when we do the draft, are you drafting Damian Lillard and stashing him in your IR? What is
nah,
your
hell
plan?
no. No, because I don't even think he's gonna play the whole year.
Damn. I was hoping you would say you would.
Nah, no way, dude. No way, no way. He's not gonna play all year. Let's say by some miracle he's ready in like February or something. Like you said, man, is Portland even gonna fucking? Oh, well, I swore. So there's that. Like if he's ready to play in like February and March, why are you even gonna play him at that point? You know what I mean? This dude's old. Just you're not gonna be in the playoff picture. Just rest him. So Dame Lillard's a lost cause for next year, dude. I would definitely not take him. Maybe if we were messing around and he was still there in the last round, just as like a haha moment, I'd take him and then immediately drop him. But that's about it.
Yeah, you just want to let everybody in the league know that you know he's available.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, you want to let people know because sometimes that's a strategy. Like you want to let people like, hey, this guy's still here, just in case any of you guys want to do some funny business and pick him
Yeah,
up in January and try to stash him for a couple months, just for that possibility that he might come back for the final week of the NBA season, you know, and like maybe you win a championship because Dame Lillard comes in and hits 8 threes for you in a week, and then you're like, oh, I won threes, baby, because next year we're going 9 cat. You know, these past few years in my league, we've been doing 8 cat the whole time. We've had a great time, but now we're going 9 cat. So if we go 9 cat,
turnovers.
I don't know. It's either going to be turnovers or assist to turnover ratio. What do you think about that? Because I'm like the turnover thing for me is like there's some teams. Last year we didn't really have that. Last year everybody played, everybody was interested. It was probably one of the greatest seasons I've ever been a part of in fantasy. But sometimes you get a team that doesn't really pay attention. So if you get that team that doesn't pay attention and they just have their roster set with like their best guys, right? Those guys might not commit a lot of turnovers. So you have a low turnover week and you can't 9-0 him. You can't get 9 categories to none against a team like that because you're going to put all your guys in and just based off of math, like if you got 40 guys playing and he has 15, it's going to be almost impossible to beat him in turnovers just off of like volume, you know? So
Yeah.
I don't really want to give teams like I want people to be scared of getting 9-0'd. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a bad week. My whole team is like injured. I'm just gonna take that one category and I'll get 8-1, but whatever. At least I don't lose 9-0. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't want that. I want it to be like, yo, if your team is not performing and we have a sister turnover ratio and that team that's performing has really efficient guys, your sister turnover ratio has to be good. So you might get 9-0'd, even if you don't have a lot of players going. Like you can't just choose to like not play players just because you want to win turnover or you want to win field goal percentage or free throw percentage because you got like a nice couple of games with enough to hit the minimum requirement where you got like a 90% free throw percentage, you got 55% field goal, and you got like 12 turnovers, and that's it. You win 3 categories out of 9 on a week where your team is injured because you just like picked a couple of players. But then now you got to think about it with assist to turnover ratio. You might lose that category even if you sit your guys because the other team might be more efficient. What do you
Mm.
think?
I like a cat, but I know I know I'm not the only one who gets to saying this, but I like the simplicity of a cat. Just who gets more boards, more assists, etc. I like the three statistical categories, not excuse me, the two statistical percentage categories, and then the threes. I like it. I hated when we did 9 cat with turnovers that one year, and then assist to turnover ratio. I probably won't like it either. It's just like an annoying thing to keep track of. And I know someone's gonna be pissed off when they lose because of that. But whatever, man. I'm just one man.
Well, there's other categories. Like, do you have any other suggestions? Like,
I don't even
there's
know what else do they have.
oh man, there's so many. Let me just get the list real quick. I know for sure there's like double doubles. Like, if you want to go with that.
One has potential. But yeah, man. I like 8 cat, but I mean, I guess I understand the reasoning for the 9 cat. That way, it's easier for someone to get the 5-4, and then you could say we have a legit winner instead of a 4-4 all the time. I understand.
Okay, you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, there's turnovers, assist to turnover ratio, double doubles, triple doubles, um, 3-point percentage. Let me see if there's anything else. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So out of those, yeah, out of those it's tough. Assist to turnover, double doubles, triple doubles. Triple doubles is gonna be tough. You're gonna have like one a week, right?
Yeah. And that would obviously benefit whoever the hell gets Jokic way more than anyone else.
Yeah, that would put him at a way higher premium. Like you would want him more.
Yeah. I think that would make him undisputed first overall pick. That could literally just win you that entire category. It's just, oh, he had 2 triple doubles this week. My team had none.
Oh, look, yeah, you could go even crazier. You could go with personal fouls. You go even crazier. Look at all these things. You go
That's
flagrant fouls, ejections, technical fouls,
like,
time fouled out, personal fouls, assist to turnover ratio, turnovers, total rebounds, like splitting up the rebounds, right? Like offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, total rebounds, 3-point percentage, 3 points attempted, 3-point shots made, free throw percentage, free throws made, free throws attempted, field goal percentage, field goals made, field goals attempted, and then minutes played, games started, and games played.
yeah,
So you can,
yeah, man, we should just switch up a lot of stuff. So forget free throw percentage. Let's do free throws made. That way, like, oh, I went 5 for 5 this week, so I'm 100%. But this guy went 48 for 50. I win. you know, I think
oh, see, that's good. That I think that brings up a good point. Yeah, it's more about like actually playing people, like instead of just going with like a percentage and just trying to eke out a win.
Just think about it, right? Even like if you did like field goals made instead of field goal percentage, because then that would potentially cancel out the whole thing where you're like, oh my god, I'm leading by field goal by a small amount. I'm gonna bench my guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, people do that. Yeah, like on the last day, you might be up by like 2%, right? You might be at like 55. No,
Yeah.
let's say like someone's at like 50 and the other one's at 48.
Uh-huh.
And that 2% is tough to change, like on the last day because it's already like a
Yeah.
lot of volume.
Yeah.
But if you have made so that would make it like a catch-up thing, right? Because then you would be like, yo, I got let's say I got like 100 field goals made and the other opponent has like 90. So
Uh-huh.
you're off by like 10 on the last day.
Uh-huh.
You're not gonna sit anybody. You're just gonna put everybody in.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Because I'll be honest, dude. I've done it in the past myself, but it's never something that I'm like uh that I feel good about doing. Like, oh, I'm gonna purposely put this guy in the IR because he might tank my free throws. Like a part of me always I feel corny doing it, but it's one of those loopholes in the system that you could take advantage of. So you're like, I'm gonna purposely not play Clint Capella. You know what I mean? So
Yo,
this if you switch it, it might change things up where you're like, okay, like Clint's gonna Clint sucks at free throws,
yeah.
but he might still at least go like 2 for 5, and I need those 2 made free throws, so I'm gonna play him.
Yo, so maybe we completely switch it up, right? We go that we let's say we make the ninth category a percentage category,
Mhm.
and we make the original eight we change them from percentage to made.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's good, man. Made field goals if you can, made three-pointers, made free throws. So that's obviously the main three of like those. Um, Blocks I like, steals I still like, so that's five. Then what else is there? Points is obviously still good. Six. What else was there, man? Did I
Rebound,
say rebounds
rebound,
already? Yeah, rebounds, seven.
and assist.
And assists. Yeah, yeah, those are great, man. Those are great, right? Like you assists and rebounds and all that. It's like it is what it is. Like you have to get the board. You have to get the assist. So the other one's like you have to get the bucket. Making the bucket is more important than the field goal percentage. Because it's the truth, man. Like, there could be a week where you're like, Jesus, dude, like my players are getting to the line way more than yours. They're trying way more than yours. I've shot 100 free throws to your fucking 30. But but you're 28 for 30, so you're technically a better percentage than me, who I've gone 80 for 100. You know what I mean? And you're kind of penalized because your guys actually get to the line. Which, like, think about it. If you go 80 for 100, that's still good, dude. You shot 80% on a high volume, but this guy shot 28 or like 25 for 30, way less than you, but in that small portion, he made a better percentage, so he wins. It doesn't seem like the fairest thing to me, at least. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think we still need to have the percentages because we need to have a way of differentiating efficient players, right? Because an efficient player is gonna have a higher ranking. Like you're gonna want a player
Mm,
like you're gonna want a
okay.
player that makes more. Like Devin Booker is highly ranked because his two percentage categories are amazing. Like
Yeah.
he shoots great field goal. Same thing with Shea Gilgeous. He shoots great field goal and free throw. So
Okay.
you still want
All
to
right.
have
All right. So I would say then, if you wanted to do nine cats, um, then you'd probably have to still take the field goal and the free throw percentage into account. But then I
yeah.
would bump it up to 10 because we got the eight that we originally like, and then we would add free throws made and okay. I'm
I can
saying
make it 11 category.
I'm saying because it's the eight that I'm accustomed to, but then we're adding like free throws made and field goals made. So now you're up to 10. Uh, I'll tell you the truth, man. I do not like the turnovers and all that stuff. Like I just don't like it, man. That
Yeah,
that
yeah. I don't like things where you win by getting less. I don't like that.
yeah,
So
because like,
I think if we just keep it how it is and we add the ninth category as field goals made,
mm,
I think that would be good.
field goals
'Cause-
made. Okay.
Yeah, because then you would want people that score. So it would just everything would be based off of like you want people that are producing, right? Like you're not gonna want to pick up a guy just for blocks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
you're gonna want a guy that's gonna score some points. Like it's not gonna just be like, and you want him to be good at free throws too, because free throw percentage will still be there. But you still
Okay.
want field goals. You still want field goals made to make people want to like add players,
Mm,
and then also balance out like what you said, where like you don't want to have people penalized by, oh man, my guy shot like way more shots than your guys did, but like I still shot a good percentage. You just shot a way better one at a lower volume.
yeah.
So we could do one or the other. Like if
Mm,
we had both field goals and free throws made, it might make it a little crazy. I think field goal is better because it means like you're going for more active players. Like if you just go for free throws made, that
mm,
that that might not even affect too much because you might have guys that like on free agency, who do you add for like a free throw? You know what I mean? It's gonna be it's gonna be kind of boring. Like you're gonna be like, oh, this guy's gonna shoot like one more free throw than the other guy.
Hmm.
But then on free agency, you might pick a guy that gets you like, yo, TJ McConnell. I don't know now because Halliburton's hurt. TJ McConnell's value might just shoot up because Halliburton's hurt. But last year, you were picking up TJ McConnell basically for assists, right?
Yeah.
But then imagine if you picked him up and you had to choose between TJ McConnell and let's say like Jordan Clarkson, and you have field goals made as like something that you're fighting for. So you have to choose like, am I going for the field goals made, which is probably going to be Jordan Clarkson? He's probably going to make more field goals than TJ McConnell, or do I go for the assist, which TJ McConnell will probably get more than Jordan Clarkson? So those are the type of decisions like I want people to have to make. Like that's like where strategy comes into play.
Yeah.
Because then you have to pick like these guys on free agency. Is it going to be the guy that makes more field goals, the guy that makes more assists, the guy that makes more blocks? Like that's that's a lot harder to do than like let me pick the guy who has like the least amount of turnovers.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, man.
But yeah, we got to put it up to a vote. But I think this is definitely like I would rather go field goals made than turnover.
Yeah.
I know some people will say it's like redundant, but it just seems better than turnovers because turnovers it it could be weird, like you said, like someone someone could have just less players than you and they win a category, and it's like, bro, that's the I don't like to win a category just because you have less players.
Yeah. And also to an extent, that would make centers a lot better because usually centers don't get as many turnovers. So you get a center, you get the right centers, you can get field goal, blocks, points. You can win turnovers off of them. Like, you can win like 5, 6 categories with a center, man.
Yo, this is a great transition, man.
Okay.
I think so I was gonna bring this up with we're actually gonna make it centers unlimited, right? We're not gonna have a limit on centers like we did last year where we're still gonna have the same positions. Like you're still gonna have like that one center that you have to play the power forward center position, the forward position, the small forward, power forward, everything the same, right? In the three utility spots.
Yeah.
But you could add more than four centers if you want. Like if you want to add 10 centers, you could have 10 centers if you want. Like so you could have like a crazy strategy. But the reason why I bring it up, where it's a good transition, is because you could win a lot of categories with a guy like Wembenyama, right?
Yeah.
So last year, I have a little screenshot of what I took. Last year, he had one of the best seasons ever, where only like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had like a crazier season. So he Wemby took 304 3-pointers last season, and that was only in like 49 games.
Okay.
And he blocked 176 shots. This article says no one in NBA history has ever done that.
Mhm.
So, and then this year coming in, they say he's cleared to play now.
Okay.
So I'm asking, like, this guy seems like he has no weakness. Like what you're saying, where you could win like every stat. Like he averaged 24 points, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 3.8 blocks, like almost no turnovers. Yeah, it's crazy. Like hitting threes as a big man. Like, are you taking the risk? Like, where are you thinking of drafting him?
Um,
In a situation like we have, right? Like, let's say we do field goals made. Like our ninth category goes to be field goals made. Where are you picking Wemby?
I don't know, man. He's definitely like a top 5 player.
You would risk it with him, even though he's got the injury. Like we don't know what's gonna happen to him.
That's the
Uh,
thing. I'm not. I don't know, man. I really want to play it safe next year, dude. Because this last year I had was like was pretty whack, in all honesty. So I just want to play it as safe as I can next year. So I mean,
is he
it would
gonna be
have
the
to,
new Embiid?
it would have to be something that's undeniable, bro. Uh, like if that dude slips, I don't know. I'd really have to analyze it. Like if I really don't like anyone else remaining, and like Wemby is just like, damn, like Wemby's just so much better than whatever's still available. Maybe, but I'd have to analyze it, man. Like obviously I take Jokic before him. Who else? I'd have to look at all the names. Uh,
All right, I'm looking at the
maybe
rankings. I'm looking at the rankings right now. So they got if we're
it's
going
tricky
heck,
with these blood clots, man. Like the people, they come back, right? Like people just keep getting them.
well, it depends. Some players do.
And Chris Bosh had to freaking retire from that stuff, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, man. I gotta. All right, you say you got the player list?
Yeah, so 2024, 2025 basketball ranking, right? This is based off of like how they ended last year.
Okay.
Jokic number one, Shea Gilgeous number two, Wemby number three, Giannis four, Luca five, Sabonis six, AD seven, Anthony Edwards eight, Jalen Brunson nine, LeBron 10, Cade Cunningham 11, Karl Anthony Towns 12, Tyrese Maxey 13. I I didn't think Tyrese Maxey was that high. Trey Young 14, James Harden 15, DA Aaron Fox 16, Steph Curry 17, Siakam 18, Vooch from Chicago 19, Kevin Durant 20 in Houston, and Devin Booker 21 in Phoenix. Wow. So what are you thinking,
Crazy.
man? You thinking Wemby at three?
Damn, bro. Like I don't know, man. Like I like Wemby more than Giannis because Giannis has some pretty horrible free throws, and he doesn't make many
Yeah.
threes. So that's really what separates Wemby. Is like he'll keep you in there with threes. He could literally win you blocks by himself, get you a lot of points. I don't think he's like the best at field goal, like for a big man, but he's not like putrid. Um, yeah, man, I like Wemby more than Giannis, bro. Uh, maybe the only two players I'd put ahead of Wemby is Jokic and hmm, I don't even know about SC. Damn, bro. If healthy,
It's tough.
without the injury stuff, without having to worry about that, Wemby's number two for me. With the, what about you, man? I want to know what you think, man. Would you risk it if you get the second pick, Jokic is off the board, or even if you get the first pick? What are you doing if you get the first or second pick?
Yeah, first and second, I'm keeping it Jokic and Shea Gilgeous.
And you get the third pick,
If I get the third pick in the 2025-2026 fantasy basketball draft, right now, I think I think based off a strategy where I would, because I've been trying the strategy of not going for threes the past like 2 years, right?
hmm
Like I won a championship 3 years ago, and I had a crazy team that was just lighting it up with threes, like 100 threes a week regularly. Like I dominated that year. It was pretty. That was like one of the easiest championships I've ever won. And I've been looking at like trying to figure out a different way to win. because I had won before that, and then I won again, and I was like, okay, I think this strategy, it's proven. Like you can win, right? Going with the threes, they give you most players that hit threes give you assists, you get points. Usually they're good at free throws. Um, get some steals. So right there you have like 5 categories. So if 5 out of 8, you win. But if we're going 9 category, right?
Mhm.
And we're not worrying about turnovers. I'll do both ways, right? Turnovers and non-turnovers. If we're not worried about turnovers, I'll probably go with a guy like Luca, because Luca sometimes he'll get some turnovers. So if we're not worrying about turnovers, I'm going Luca, because Luca could have like some crazy games, and obviously he's paired with LeBron, so he's gonna have like a lot of help. It's not like he's the only target on that team.
Right.
If we're going with turnovers, like if we're counting turnovers, at the three, I'm I'm finding it tough between. I might want to go Karl Anthony Towns, just because he's a big man that could do everything, and then I'm scared of Wemby, because like I don't want to deal with like having injuries and all that stuff. So I might go Wemby. I might go Cat. Um, if not, Anthony Edwards, because I really liked Anthony Edwards last year, and I think he's just gonna keep getting better. Like he's still a young guy, so
Right.
I think I'm just pushing him up, because like I said, I still want to go with threes, because I know that's something that I won with before, and
Right.
I haven't been able to win with that strategy without like punting on threes, as like people would say. So without punting on threes, I'll go probably Anthony Edwards over Karl Anthony Towns, but Karl Anthony Towns is really good too, so that's tough. I don't know. Like in the moment, I would have to choose, but they're both really good. And like the position eligibility, like with Cat, he's power forward center, right?
Yeah.
Because remember how I told you we're gonna have a center unlimited thing. So whenever you draft a center, like if he's your first guy, right? If either one, if you pick Jokic, Wemby, AD, Karl Anthony Towns, those are like the top centers. Whenever you pick any of them, I prefer the ones that have two two eligible positions, because then you have more ability to mess around with your roster. So I'd rather
Right.
like if Wemby's strictly a center and Cat is power forward center, I'm going with Cat, because Cat gives me the ability after that. Because at the end of the draft, you got these centers. Like obviously, like last year I had Zubac, like Ivica Zubac from the Clippers, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna have Brook Lopez on that team too. So you're gonna have both of those guys competing for minutes, and then there might be a day where one guy's sitting, or you just need a little extra blocks, like you're losing in blocks by one or two, and you want to just add Brook Lopez. If you don't have that eligibility to move a guy to a power forward position, you might add Brook Lopez and not be able to put him in your lineup because Brook is only a center.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Domantas Sabonis. Like I think he's usually only a center. Like I don't know if he has power forward in him too, but yeah, I try to get those guys that are power forward centers or small forward, power forward, like where they have at least two positions. So that's why I would go Cat over Wemby, because I think Wemby is just a strictly center.
Mm.
Plus, like you're not gonna find a center that hits threes like Karl Anthony Towns. Like it's gonna be hard to get someone like that later in the draft. Someone like Anthony Edwards, it's gonna be hard too, but it you could still find that through volume. Like you might be able to drop a guy that scores 30 on a random night, and then you could match Anthony Edwards. But at the center position, it's gonna be hard to get threes out of that. So yeah, I'd probably go Jokic, Shai Gilgeous, then Cat, then Anthony Edwards, then probably Luca, then Wembanyama. What do you think?
Interesting, man. Interesting. Damn
Even
it,
do
dude.
yeah.
Uh, I might do it. I might do it. I might do it. If I get
Yeah,
if I get this if I get the second pick, I might take Wembanyama.
holy shit.
Yeah,
That
man.
was yo, I'm really excited to see like that hour before because that's what we always do. I think we'll stick to that just an hour before the draft. Like I don't want to mess around with like doing random sorting like what my cousin does in the fantasy football league. Like he picks the who goes first out of like a hat. Like I know people that do
Mm,
that like in person drafting and they'll like pick it out of a hat and stuff like that, but I don't I don't like messing with that when we're not like in person. Like I'd rather just the
mm,
system do it. There's no
right.
like, oh no, you mess with it, you got this person the first overall pick, they got Jokic, blah blah. I don't wanna I don't wanna have that type of drama. So I'm just excited that last hour before the draft when the order gets decided. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool if you get the second pick and then we'll see what you pick.
Probably take Wemby, man. The upside's insane. I know he had the blood clot, but I guess I won't overreact because it's like it's the one thing in his career. The Embiid thing was a major mistake because that guy's years and years and years of injury history. It's like he has a lengthy track list of that stuff. So I feel like Wemby, we can't just put him there just yet. Yeah, he had the blood clot thing. He's cleared to play. He's young. You know, I would take it, man. I would take the risk because that dude is a monster, yo. Like blocks, dude. Blocks is that category that's like it's hard to like compete in blocks, man. Like, dude, freaking. I feel like every single year there's like this one guy that's like killing it in blocks, and like the majority of the league, like half the league, just cannot compete with this guy. Like he's blowing people out of the water. He could chalk it up as a win every week in blocks against like more than half the league. And if you have Wemby, you could be that guy where you're like, dude, I got Wemby. This guy's team. Wemby alone could like win me blocks against this guy. I could focus on other things entirely. You know what I mean? And to me, that's like a nice thing when you have that one guy, right? It was kind of like Steph Curry back in the day when man, Steph Curry will give me like 20 plus threes this week by himself. This guy, if my opponent wants to compete in threes, he's gonna have to like add drop for that all week just to like try to compete. I could focus my team on other stuff, while this guy's trying to play catch up on threes. I just Yeah, man, Wemby, dude. If I could, I'll put it to you like this, dude. If I can get to a point where my top two picks could be Wembenyama and Steph Curry, I would be very happy. I'll be very happy because I
Holy
got a
crap.
monster. I got a monster. I got a monster in threes, and I got a monster in blocks. Where it's like, yo, Curry could get me so many threes by himself. Wembenyama could get me so many blocks by himself, and then just build out the team around those guys. That would be my ideal situation. Did someone have that? Like, has anyone had that combo in our league or any other league you've been in? Like, has anyone had Curry and Wembanyama?
No. No, and Wemby played last year, right? That was it?
No, he played he's played 2 years, right? He was 23 draft, 23, 24 year, and 24, 25.
Yeah, I don't yeah, I do remember now like this other guy picked up Wemby like in the third round. Yeah, I don't remember anybody having Steph Curry and Wemby.
And the reason I say that is because to me that seems like a possible thing. Like obviously, if you want to, like I can go over the top and be like, "Oh my god, man! If I can get Wemby and Luca on the same team, I'd be so happy." But that's not gonna happen. You know, Curry could slip a little depending on who's in the league or what people value. He could slip a little, and you might be able to get Curry in the second round. So that's why I'm like, if I can get that combo as my 1 and 2 pick. I'd be pretty happy with that.
So Wemby played 71 games in 2023, 2024, and he played 46 last year in 24, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, if he plays, let's just say he plays the average, right? Because if you
Yeah.
average that out, 71 and 46, that's like close to 120. Let's say he plays 60 games again this year. You cool with that?
I'm not the best with it. Not the best with it.
Yeah, because we're just going by averages, man. That's all we can do. Like we don't know the future, so I'm just
Yeah,
taking this 2 years.
I gotta think about it, man. I gotta think about it. I gotta really think about it because Wemby's one of those players that I've always wanted to have him like on my team, right? I've always thought like, yo, it'd be cool as hell to have Wemby. So maybe that could be clouding my judgment as well, but I don't know. The good thing is the draft isn't until a few months, so I still have some time to think about it. But it's definitely enticing, bro. And that speaks to how good Wembanyama is. That even though this guy's missed games, he had the blood clot stuff. You're still like, damn, bro. Like, but when he plays, he's such a beast. He's such a beast. I think
Yeah, because
about it,
even
man.
even Carl Anthony Towns had a year where he played 29.
Uh,
So his first year he played 74, then 29, 62, 72. So if that's the trajectory that Wemby's on, where he's like, okay, yeah, played 71 one year, 46, and then he gets between 60 and 70 games, I think it's okay. Because that's literally what Cat did. You know, he's had 60 plus games 3 out of 4 seasons. You know, and then if you're comparing it against Shea Gilgeous, because you're saying you're gonna pick Wemby over Shea Gilgeous. Um,
it's not 100% set in stone, man. I might just be caught up in the moment, dude.
well,
That's
even
what, like, yeah.
Shea Gilgeous had 56 his first year, 68, 75, 76. So yeah, it's pretty similar. Like he had 1 year under 60 games. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where if you go over 60 games, I think you're solid. You know what I mean? Like, so if we're going with the average, Wemby's going over 60 this year. So I think it makes sense, man. Just take the risk, and if you see any signs of like trouble, just trade him for like a huge package. No, yeah, like just something where you get like 3 players back or something.
Yeah, man. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I'm laughing because I was reminded of this. Dude, I remember the first year we did fantasy, dude. I was treating it like NBA 2K, man. Jesus Christ. I remember making a deal that was like Tony Parker for like Joakim Noah. I don't I don't know. That just it was like way past his prime Tony Parker. for, for way past his prime Joakim Noah, man. It was just one of those deals that was I don't know. Like a super junkie would be like, no man, this deal is like not every deal needs to be a home run. This deal, it solidifies you because you're already great at assists, but now you're getting a little bit more rebounded from Joakim Noah, but his assists are still just good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but, but I would just be like, dude, it's fucking past his prime Noah for past his prime fucking
yeah.
TP, man. It's not a
We'll
big
put
deal. I might mess around and drop TP and just add someone on free agency. It's not a big deal. It reminds me
yeah.
of this one year that Poland made a deal and he traded Isaiah Stewart for Killian Hayes. It was like the Detroit Pistons Super Bowl. One Piston for another Piston.
Yeah. Oh man, dude.
Yeah, and deal was
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
hilarious, man, because it was like, yo, they were such similar players, but they were basically just swapping assists for rebounds. It's like, yo, I'll take your 7 assists, for your I'll give you my 7 rebounds for your 7 assists. Cool, cool deal.
Yeah, when we look back at some things, they're really funny, dude. Like obviously we have the classic ones where I think what did we want to trade? I think we traded last year or the year before. Well, there was a year where we traded Cam Thomas, right? Like I traded Cam Thomas to you.
Yeah, it was Cam Thomas for Josh Giddey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then something happened, and I think we both dropped them or something. And
Yeah,
we
I dropped Giddey, you dropped Cam.
yeah, yeah, that one was so stupid.
Giddey was cool. I think my logic was that like he didn't hit enough threes or something. I forget what the fuck it was. Yeah, I
Yeah,
dropped Giggity. Oh man,
yeah.
you're back. Here's an oldie but goodie, man. You traded me Kobe Bryant his last year, 2015, 2016 season. Kobe's last year in the NBA. You traded me him. I think it was literally Kobe Bryant for Dwayne Wade. I think that was our trade.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, dude. I think it was Kobe for Dwayne Wade. And
Holy
like
crap.
and like you gave me Kobe, and I was like gassed about it because I'm like, yo, it's just Kobe, right? And like
81 points.
yeah, right. And like Kobe was getting some good points, but like holy moly, like Kobe was shooting horrible that year. I was like, all right, Kobe got 30 points on 34 field goal attempts. Like
Damn.
it
Yeah.
was some crazy stuff, man. I was like, yo, Kobe, 12 for 30 shooting. 12 for 34 shooting, but he got me 30 points. I'm cool. It was like, yo, it was horrible, dude. That was a good one, man. You did. I'll never forget. Well, I think it was it Ricky? You gave me Gorgie Jang, and I think I gave you
Oh,
Marcus Sol.
yo, that's what it was. I was like, did I trade you Kobe for Marcus Sol? But no, it was
Nah,
Gorgie and Ricky Rubio, right?
yeah, dude, you fucking pulled you got it. You pulled a fast one on me there. I, I was like, damn, it's real out here, man. My own cousin, take advantage of me, my ignorance. He's like, hey, man, here's Gorgie Jang and Ricky Rubio. Basically, what they do combined is Marc Gasol. Deal? Deal. It's like, yo, Jang gets some rebounds,
Yeah.
Rubio gets some assists. It's good, right? And then you look at Marc Gasol, and he literally gets both rebounds and assists. I'm like, hey, that's good, man. That's good. You're giving me 2 for 1. This is great.
Yeah.
It'll be like if right now somebody hits you up like, yo, I'm gonna give you I don't know who gets a lot of assists, dude. Who even gets a lot of assists? I don't even know.
A big
Who
assist
gets
guy that's like not a main dude. That
they could
Collier
be
guy. That Collier guy.
no, no, no. I'm going more extreme. Who gets a lot of assists? Who's like a all right, it'll be like if you had Trey
How,
Young.
yeah,
It'll be like
Trey
if you had
Young.
Trey Young. It'll be like if you had Trey Young and I don't know who gets a lot of rebounds. Like, yo, would you do this trade? If somebody approached you, would you do this trade? If someone came up to you and said, yo, I'll give you Trey Young and Nikola Vucevic. Trey Young gets 10 plus rebounds potential. Excuse me, Trey Young gets 10 plus assist potential. Vooch gets 10 plus rebounds potential. Would you do the trade if someone said, I'll give you Trey Young and Vooch right now for Nikola Jokic? Would you do that trade?
You talking last year?
In the last like 3 years. Any of the last like 3 years. If someone said Trey Young and Vooch for Nikola Jokic, would you do it?
Yeah, I think I would. I think that's
I
a really good
wouldn't.
trade.
I
Yo, that's like
wouldn't. Dude.
you're trading Trey Young, who's like a top. He's like top 15. You know, like he's definitely like top 15. And you're
So my
trading him for
logic,
Jokic.
my logic was that Vooch, he's a double double, rebounds, points. Trey's a double double, assists, points. But then Jokic is every single night potential triple double. points, rebounds, assists. It's kind of like, why not just hold on to Jokic and then just like at that point just get a guy who could get you a lot of points. You're probably better off. You know what I mean? Because if Trey gets you 10 assists and then Vooch gets you like three, that's 13. Jokic by himself could do that. And then if Trey gets you like four rebounds and Vooch gets you 10 rebounds, it's 14. Jokic could once again do that by himself, you know? So then it's like the points is basically what you're like, okay, they're both 20-point scorers. Let me just get some more points. Let me just add Cam Thomas. So basically, what I'm trying to
Uh,
say is that I'd rather have Cam Thomas and Jokic than Trey Young and Vooch. Like you're just better off like that.
I think you gave me too good of an example because Trey Young also hits like a lot of threes.
But you get what I'm trying to say, man. It was like Marcus Sol, like that dude got great assists for a big man, on top of the rebounds, on top of the points, on top of the blocks. And then you came through and you were like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you this point guard who gets a lot of assists because that's what point guards do." And then I'm gonna get you Gorky Jang, who's clearly having like an anomaly of a season, and he gets some nice points and some rebounds and some blocks. If you took Gorgie Jang and Ricky Rubio and you laid down polymerization, you literally get Marcus Gasol.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
No,
I
I
was
get you,
like,
man.
here's Marcus Gasol, and you get an empty roster spot now. And you were like, here's these two players. Have fun. I regretted that trade so badly, dude. I was like, yo, I got fucking duped. That's that shit you learned from, man.
Yeah, the thing is, Ricky Rubio doesn't really do anything else. Like
Mhm.
he wasn't like, yeah, I'll give you like 10 assists plus like three threes and like 15 points a night. He was like 8 assists and like 2 points.
Dude, I had Ricky Rubio in I think it might have been the same year, dude. Was that this? Did I trade you Ricky Rubio and then you traded him back to me? Because I remember I
I don't
had
know.
Ricky. I remember I had Ricky Rubio the 2016 season because I drafted him and Rajon Rondo, and they were like this insanely like amazing 1-2 combo for point guards that I got like in the later portions. They were basically the point guard equivalent. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think you drafted Zubac kind of early. What round did you get Zubac?
What, this year?
Yeah,
Like the last year that happened?
yeah,
I think like 10.
yeah. So they were basically my point guard equivalent of your Zubac Pirtle combo, where like I got them later on in the draft. I think I got Rondo like legit like the second to last round, like in the hundred and something pick, and he had a freaking game that year. He was playing for the Sacramento Kings. It was early on in the season where Rondo had like 25 assists. And I remember being like, holy moly, I know everyone in the league sees that shit. I know everyone sees that shit. And they're going to be like, fuck, I wish I drafted Rondo. And then Rubio was having like multiple 10 assist nights. And I loved my team that year, but I was kind of fragile. I lost Eric Bledsoe to a torn ACL, and I didn't know how to like deal with it. I couldn't find that production, and then
Damn.
and then I felt the need to start making trades because you're like, man, I need to try to replace Eric Bledsoe, and then that's when you probably start getting into the 2-for-1s, and then you just start digging your hole like a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, and then I went from like one of the better teams in like the first handful of weeks into the season to the guy who was like, you'll make the playoffs, but you don't really have a chance. You're basically the 2006 to like 2010 Philadelphia 76ers, where like you're going to make the seventh seed. It's going to be cool. You made the playoffs,
Yeah.
but just know that when you run into the top four seeds, you got no fucking chance because your best player is
Yeah.
Andre Iguodala, and our best player is LeBron James and Dwight Howard, and we got the big three of KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. You know what I mean? That type of one.
Yeah. Totally understand. Yeah, I got Pirtle round 9, pick 100. And I got Ivica Zubac round 10, pick 117.
Mm,
Yeah, there was only three more rounds after that. So yeah, it was pretty late in the draft. I think the Raptors signed an extension with Pirtle, so I think we're looking good for another 10th round pick or 9th round pick for Pirtle.
yeah, man.
But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
Gorgie Jang, man. Gorgie. And I remember when you traded me Gorgie Jang, you literally sold high on him at the perfect time. Because
a double double.
the minute you gave me Gorgie Jang, his numbers just started dipping. And I was like, oh God, what did I do? His
Yeah,
he looked good. He was like, yo, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, good field goal percentage. I think he was like almost
yeah,
nailing a three a game. And then I get him, all those numbers went down. He was like 8 and 6 with one
yeah.
block. I was like, Jesus, dude, I've been duped.
Don't trade with me unless you.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else we should talk about before we close it out for today?
No, just it would be dope if we could find our entire trade history, me and you, because there's definitely gonna be like a crap ton of knee slappers in there. With obviously the Cam Thomas, Josh Giddey one being like the most recent one where
Yeah, that
we
one was funny, man.
just both dropped these guys.
Yeah, and
'Cause,
there's obviously the Scoot Henderson thing that it wasn't a trade, but it was basically a trade.
oh yeah, Scoot, you offered me Jalen Green, right? Well, the fans don't know that. Not the fans. Forget that word. The supporters, the listeners, they don't know the details. So you should probably tell them the details of the trade. What was it?
Yeah, it wasn't a trade, man. It was just like I
The
said, hey man,
proposals.
I said, hey man, I want Scoot Henderson. Who do you like on my team? And you said, I don't like anybody on your team. And I said, what about Jalen Green? You said, I don't want Jalen Green. And then I said, okay. So like a few days pass, I drop Jalen Green, and guess who adds him on free agency? You do.
The
And I'm
hey,
like,
sometimes we just don't like these guys where we have to give up stuff for them. But hey, if you get them for free, that's different.
yeah, yeah. The funnier part, because it's funny that you say that. The funnier part is eventually you drop Scoot Henderson.
Mm. But look, a good example of that. A good example of that, right? Oh my God, this is the perfect transition, right? But if I say this transition, then you got to give me 5 more minutes, right? The perfect example of this, where we don't want to trade for you, but if you become available, a lot of people will flock around it like flies on a piece of shit. The most recent real life example of this is one Bradley Beal. Man, $50 million contract, production from last year in Phoenix, numbers all down across the board. I highly doubt anybody would have wanted to trade for this guy, let alone the fact he had a no trade clause to further complicate things. But nobody was going to give anything of value up for Bradley Beal, declining numbers, $50 million contract. But this dude got bought out by the Phoenix Suns, became a free agent, and immediately, at the snap of a finger, got picked up by the Los Angeles Clippers. So that's my example, dude. I won't trade you for Jalen Green, right? But if he becomes available, of course I'm gonna add him. But yeah, man. So what do you think about that, man? Bradley Beal to the LA Clippers.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful, man. Yeah, I think uh I think it's a beautiful way to culminate the end of an era of the Bradley Beal era and on the Phoenix Suns where it just seemed like a mess, man. Like they picked up obviously they got Devin Booker, that's their cornerstone. They gave him a huge extension to his contract. Huge, man. Like this is insane numbers, dude. Like I was talking to my dad about this. and he's basically gonna get paid close to $1 million a game for the next 2 years, man. He's getting paid like 70 million a year. So if you just calculate it based off of like his averages, like I think let me just confirm just to double check on this. But also Bradley Beal, it says a 2 year, $11 million contract, so that's pretty cheap for a guy that used to be one of the top scorers in the NBA. Yeah, I think it's just they're gonna have Bogdan Bogdanovic with Harden, with Bradley Beal. They got rid of the Norman Powell, right? Like didn't Norman Powell go to
Yeah,
the Heat? Yeah,
They traded Norman Powell for basically John Collins.
yeah. So they got a whole different lineup. They got
Yeah,
Brooke
Belo.
Lopez.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a pretty stacked squad. Last year, I thought they were gonna be really good. It seems like they improved a little bit this year.
No, I think they
Uh,
improved a lot, dude. John
yeah.
Collins, Bradley Beal, Brooke Lopez, and I feel like there's one more guy they added. Oh, damn. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like there's one more dude they added in the offseason. They traded for John Collins, signed Brooke Lopez, signed Bradley Beal. I feel like there's one more guy.
Well, I was gonna say about Devin Booker, man. Like it's like, um, it's pretty crazy seeing how much he's getting paid. Because like on average, like last year he played 75 games, and the year before that 68, the year before that 53, the year before that 68. So if he's getting paid like 71 million a year, he's getting like $1 million a game, bro.
Right.
That's awesome. Like that's crazy. But yeah, Phoenix is completely blowing it up. I think it's a good idea. They got rid of Durant. They got some younger guys. They got some picks. They got Devin Booker with the extension. They got rid of Beal. They're just, I think it's a good way to go, man. You just got to restart. Keep your young guy, your homegrown young guy, and build around him with even younger guys. And then you might become potentially the OKC Thunder.
Yeah. I mean, the Clippers, the main thing that they have to do is just keep Ben Simmons on the team. They could find a way to keep Ben Simmons.
What?
Yeah, that'll bring a lot of versatility to their
Oh
team.
my God.
And I think, yeah, if they keep Ben Simmons, it definitely the top four team. If they lose Ben Simmons, maybe like seven seed.
Okay. Oh man.
That was definitely some sarcasm. Trust me, I don't believe that. But yeah, man. One last thing before we go. Supposedly, Damian Lillard rejected an offer from the Minnesota Timberwolves and Boston Celtics in order to
Oh.
show loyalty to the Portland Trailblazers. So shout out to the boy Dame Dollar.
Oh.
And with that, cue the sound. I'm
Wait,
coming
wait.
home, coming home. Tell
Oh my God.
what are you gonna say?
Um, where were you talking about? Where's Chris Paul now? Is Chris Paul?
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, supposedly they've been linking Chris Paul to either the Clippers or the Phoenix Suns. So basically two of his past teams. They're just like, "Hey man, we need come rescue us, please, man. We need you."
It says Chris Paul remains an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've heard that he's linked to Phoenix and the Clips.
Oh, but he's not there yet.
No, not there yet.
Yeah, because the Spurs would be crazy to have kept him. Like it was like bro, the Spurs just have like remember when we saw the Timberwolves, like they're different players, right? But remember when we saw the Timberwolves draft Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio, and we were like, they just they're just gonna take two.
Timberwolves drafted Johnny Flynn, Ricky Rubio, and later in that same first round drafted Ty Lawson.
Yeah, it was too many guards that are all like the same size and do the same thing. Like, so it was like now the Spurs traded for DA Aaron Fox. They
Yeah,
have Stephon Castle. Now they
yeah,
have Dylan Harper, and they had Chris Paul. Yeah, it was getting too crowded, man. Like they had to figure something out there.
yeah. So I'd like to see Chris Paul go back to to the Clippers, man. I would like to see that because that's
Lob City.
yeah, I'd like to see that, man. That would be pretty cool.
All right, man. That was a epic recap of what's recently been going on. You got anything else?
No, just thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. One of these
Let's go.
days, this will be our full-time job, and then there you go. God bless America.
Let's go, man. See you later. 5230 podcast. Peace.
Peace, peace.